All right, everybody. Welcome back to another virtual Jiu-Jitsu Fundamentals class. We started on Tuesday of this week, getting into a little block of training, working on some guard passing, and we're going to go ahead and just continue on with that theme for today. We'll do a quick little review here that there's sort of three main scenarios I might find myself in, each of which has its own important keys and concepts I need to think about when it comes to passing the guard. Okay, so if Mira just lays on her back and goes her head right over there, if she is in some sort of a position like this, right, where my legs are free to move, she doesn't have her legs trapped around me in any way, then this is going to be an open guard. And there's a whole bunch of different ways we can do an open guard, but this is a general position to understand. If she has one of my legs trapped and locked in her legs, go ahead. Go and get on like your side, like a half guard and everything. Yep. And she like locks her legs and traps one of my legs, then that's going to be a half guard. And if she locks my whole body, then that's a closed guard, right? So we need to address each thing individually. And the closed guard, we need to start by just making sure that the legs unlock. Okay, so that's going to be one of the key details and really important things. Is you're of course never going to get past your opponent's legs and past their guard if their guard is closed. And so we worked on last time on trying to build my posture up, trying to tuck my tail, and trying to work on some different ways to get their legs unlocked and open. Okay, so we'll look at a different way for today. And on Tuesday, we had said that my favorite way is to try to stand up to unlock the legs. And that's true. I do like that the best. And if I can do that, then that's going to be plan A. And sometimes it's difficult to do that. So we're going to look at another one. So Mira's going to lock her legs up. Okay. I'm going to still try to have my good posture. I'm still going to try to tuck my tail. Okay. But she's like tracking me with her hips right now. Okay. Just like she lifted her butt up there. I'm sure you guys can see on the camera. And it makes it harder for me to do some of my other moves. And so I'm going to use one hand to try to kind of hold her down in place. If we're in the gi, I'm probably going to grab her gi, both lapels with one hand, and kind of hold her down with it. And then my other hand is going to go on her inner thigh area in the middle of her leg. If we have the gi, I can grab the gi and make a grip. Make sure to not grab your partner's inner thigh skin. We always have that happen when we're practicing. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to circle my hips this way toward the camera, and my forearm is going to block her leg from following me. And as I slide, she should find that she can't keep her legs closed, and I can start looking to come over the top and start my pass. Okay. Let's rotate this way so that they can see from this 45. So I'm here, I've kind of got my tail tucked. If we have the gi, I'm going to make a grip on the gi to hold her down. You can just do the best that you can if it's a no gi situation. My hand and forearm are going to come inside right here. Again, if we have the gi, I can make a grip on the gi pants. If the gi is not there, then don't sweat it. Just sort of like do the best you can to get your elbow in there. And what I need to do is move my body in like a circle motion. Now as if I'm circling my body away from the camera over to this side. And I'm going to apply a slight pressure to make this leg go down to the floor. And as I'm circling, I'm going to slide this leg here out from under her. Right now our legs are touching, and I'm going to think about sliding it so our legs aren't touching anymore, so her leg can go all the way down to the ground. Once it goes down to the ground, I'm going to pin it with my leg and try to get in nice and close with a good like chest to chest type of pressure here. Okay. Ow. What's ow?
Pressure on my leg.
Oh, did it hurt? So you should learn to get out. You've learned some sweeps. Mira doesn't like the pressure on her leg.
It hurts.
That's not going to be the thing that hurts the most today. So, all right, let's have Mira run through a couple of these for your guys' viewing pleasure and entertainment. Okay, let me actually tip the camera down just a little bit here. Okay, All right, I'm gonna go right where Mira is, so she'll move. All right. So Mira's gonna be in my closed guard. Scoot forward. All right, so she's in my closed guard, and she's going to make a grip on my lapels with her hand. Okay. Just the one hand, perfect. And then the other hand is going to be looking to make a grip on my pants right around here. And then she tucks her elbow to her ribs so that her elbow is on my leg, my inner knee. Now, if she tried to push my leg down right now, it would not be successful because her leg is holding my leg up. She's just going to push my leg onto her leg harder. So what she's going to do is apply a slight pressure of pushing down there. But the main thing she's going to do is slide her body this way over toward this side, so that my leg is not on top of her leg anymore. So she's going to slide her legs and her hips. Go ahead. Good. And then she's going to put her leg on the top of my leg. Okay. And get her knee on the floor so she has good balance. Okay. And now she can try to get around my head. The other way? Yeah. Nope, the other way. No. Get around my head with your arm. Yeah, that way. Yeah, it's really important to try to make that grip if it's available. Okay. So let's do that again. In. Okay, so she's going to make the grips. She's going to push down on my leg as she slides sideways. She's going to pin my leg and then look to come get my head. Good, and she's going to start working to pass the guard that way. Okay. So that's just another good way to try to break the guard. I do prefer to stand up to open the guard, the closed guard, if I can. Just a lot easier, especially against a higher level opponent. However, sometimes that is difficult for one reason or another, and so we want to have some strategies of being able to do it from down on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to have Mira go onto her back again here. Okay, and so we'll freeze once I've done this now. So she'll lock her guard up. Okay, so I'll make my controls, make my grips, tuck my tail, open the guard, and I come to pin it. Okay. Now, what's going to happen with a good opponent is you're gonna have a very predictable reaction here almost every time. She's going to turn onto her right side because she wants to turn and face me. She's going to turn onto her right side. She's not going to let me make a grip on her face. She's going to be very adamant with her arms about not letting that happen. And she also knows that her leg is in the most precarious position. Move your hand so the camera can see. Her leg's in the most precarious position. Rotate this way. When it's pinned like this by my foot. That's very bad for her because she can't use it to help her cause in any way. And so probably what Mira's going to do is she would rather sort of kick her leg free and concede a half guard so that I can't keep her leg pinned, right? She'll try to kick her leg, and then maybe she can start to lock her legs up. So it's a pretty predictable battle here, okay? But the main thing that she's going to most likely do is not let me get that crossface, okay? So as I'm coming in, she's really going to not let me get this. She's very adamant about that, okay? And I don't want to have this arm do nothing for me. So here's where I might reevaluate what I'm thinking. I'm sitting here, I'm in my control, I'm whatever. So I'm going to reevaluate what I'm thinking about doing. I need to get attached to Mira in order to have a good passing opportunity here. My attachment I want is on her head, but she's going to block that, right? She's going to block that attachment to her head. And so I'm going to attach to her hips instead. So what I'm going to do is take this arm that used to hold her gi jacket, and I'm going to come get her leg, and I'm going to cup right around her hip right here. So I'm trying to squeeze her leg in my elbow ditch. Okay, as much down by my elbow ditch as I can. Okay. From there, what I'm going to do is this hand that was trying to get her head, I'm going to go down and try to shove her leg as straight as I can. Now, her leg here is, of course, going to try to keep on top of my leg. She doesn't want to be on the bottom. Right? She's going to try to keep it trapped. And now I'm going to be into what we call an over-under pass, where I'm going underneath of one leg, and I'm going over the top of the other leg. Okay? And to pass it Should be in everybody's arsenal to some degree or another. It works well gi and no gi, and it's a great one. It doesn't take a lot of speed or a lot of athleticism to do. You can be very slow and tight and pressured with it. Okay? So what I'm going to do here, and again, an important thing to understand is you guys see how Mira's leg is on top of me. It's really important when you're practicing with your partner that they try to keep their leg on top of you. We teach this in class, and a lot of our new people, they just like lay there like a rag doll, and they're not actually doing anything, and their leg just flops on the ground. And so we don't even need to practice technique to pass the guard if the person on the bottom isn't even trying to have a guard, right? So if you're practicing at home and you're on the bottom, be an active partner. Try to keep your leg sort of latched on the top of the top person so that they can actually practice the technique. If you just flop over there, your partner's never going to get a chance to practice. Okay? So here's where we're going to be. So I'm got this sort of scoop on the leg, and I'm going to put my shoulder into Mira's stomach. Here's where it's going to be a little fun. So tense your abs, Mira. Okay? I'm going to put some pressure on her stomach, lift my leg up, and then escape it to the side like that. Once I'm past, now I can try to get a control of her head and start my pass from right there. Okay? So again, we kind of got into this scenario maybe somewhere like this, right? And okay? Yeah. And I was trying to get her head, but she blocked it because she wants to be on her side, right? She's not going to lay flat. She's going to be on her side, all the way onto her side and trying to block this. You okay? Okay. And she's trying to block that. And so block. Yeah, she's trying to do something like that. So I'm going to reevaluate. So I'm going to come scoop her leg, and then I'm going to drop down like this. And I want to try to put pressure to make her flat on her hips. Remember, she never wants to be flat on her hips and on her shoulders, and that's where I want her. So in a match, that's where the battle's going to be. She wants to be turned in this way a lot. That's what she wants. And I want her flat all the way, something more like this right here. So I'm going to try to drive her flat. And right now my knees are on the ground to take it a little bit easy on Mira. But what I'm really going to do, and you'll need to tense your abs again. Yep. What I'm really going to do is get my butt up high and my knees off the mat so I can escape my leg and then come pass right there. Okay, so let's have Mira give it a try. Okay, so for something like this, yeah, I'm blocking because I know I really don't want her to get me with her. I don't want her to get this grip around my head, right? I don't want that at all. So what she's going to be looking to do, this arm is going to swim under my leg and scoop it with her elbow ditch, okay? And then she's going to try to lower her shoulder into my stomach and kind of slide toward my hips. So she needs to slide back. I'm really going to be latching on to her leg super tight, okay? This arm, she's going to be pushing my leg down. She wants my leg as straight as she can. And now I can feel Mira's too high on me right now. She needs to slide down toward my hips more, even more. So get this leg out. You don't need that anymore. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. And so now this is a better position. Mira's getting into a little bit of a better spot. But what happens right now, I'm not carrying any of her weight because she's too flat. So what she needs to do is get up on her tippy toes, make her butt higher than her shoulder, and put all of her pressure into my stomach. Yes, this is better. Okay? And so now what she's going to do is lift up her right leg and balance only on her left leg. And I'm going to try to follow her, but once I reach my limit, she's going to quickly escape it, and then she'll get the pass. And then she can start working up to my head and get into pass that way. Okay, let's do it again. All right, so we're somewhere in this neighborhood. I'm really blocking her arm so that she cannot get my head. She's going to be like, okay, well, if I can't get your head, I'm going to get your hips. So she slides down and scoops my leg, and then she stiff arms my leg with her hand here. Okay? I'm going to initially be really trying to latch my leg onto hers. Okay? Where she puts her pressure is super important. Right now I feel her shoulder on my chest, which is too high. She wants to go right, even a little lower, right on my diaphragm. Yeah, this will be better. And now she tries to really smash my diaphragm as she escapes her leg, and then she works her way into the pass. Okay. So let's do one more, and we'll really try to fine tune where your shoulder goes, because it still is too high. We still want to try to get it down a little bit more.
So below your belt.
Not quite below my, you think you're that low, but you're actually like on my sternum right now. We want to go like somewhere between the bottom of my sternum and my belly button. Okay, so we're into our initial spot. I'm blocking her arm so she can't get me. So she scoops the leg. She starts to push my leg down with her arm. Take your time, take your time. Okay? And so now this, she doesn't want to leave this up here. She wants to be only like down between her own legs with that hand. Right? So take your time and push this 1 inch lower to my stomach, your shoulder. Yeah, this would be a good spot. And now get your butt high, high, high. Yes, this is the pressure. Good. Very good. Okay? Now, one of the important details with this is that Mira, again, wants to get my back flat to the mat, or my hips flat to the mat. And let's look at why. Because when we're initially in this position, I'm probably on my side a little bit. This is going to be my initial reaction as the bottom player here. Okay? So she starts to scoop my leg or whatever, right? And now if I can stay on my side, remember, protect your arm, put it between your legs. Okay? And she starts to get out and she starts to do this. So move this leg. Yeah. So if I can stay on my side, I can just keep scooting and scooting and scooting, and she'll never be able to lift her butt up and put the pressure. Because what happens right now, if Mira lifts her butt up and she tries to put this pressure on me, one, I'm not flat enough to receive the pressure, and two, with me on my side, I can start to roll her over. She just felt like she was going to get rolled over. So she needs to really use this arm a lot to try to squeeze my leg and try to force my leg down to the floor. She's going to try to force this leg over to the floor that way. And that's what's going to put me flat on the mat. So she scoops it, she protects this arm between her legs, and she tries to, yes, this is good. Now she can rise her hips up, and I can't roll her anymore. And now she's able to make that pass happen. So it is it's not the easiest technique in the world. There's a lot of nuances. It's one that I wanted to try to get into class. It really is a better one to try to practice with somebody of a similar body type to you. I wasn't able to really put the full amount of weight I should have on Mira because I, don't want her to kick me out of the house tonight, or in general, for that matter. So if you have someone in the ballpark of your size, practice with them ideally. It should be something where they feel like it's a little bit hard to breathe when it's being done on you, right? Maybe I'll do one more with Mira and just apply a little bit of pressure. And I want you guys to see her reaction. Let's have you go your head over there. So watch this. She gets on her side a lot. Watch, she'll go and get on your side. She gets on her side. She feels no pressure from me at all. Okay, keep your leg in the position. She feels no pressure, especially with my knees on the ground. Now, if she stays on her side, so work hard to turn into me, Mira, and I lift my legs up, she still feels not very much pressure. She feels maybe a little bit, but it's not too bad, right? Right? Not too bad. Okay. And so what I want to do is get her flat and lift my butt higher than my shoulders. So if I get her flat like this, but my knees stay on the mat, there's no pressure on her stomach at all right now. Okay? If I lift my knees up just a little, she feels a little bit of pressure on her stomach, but not too bad, right? Okay? Not with her abs, not too bad. Okay? And now I'll go and I'll only hold it for a second, but I'll do it sort of correctly where my butt comes up higher than my shoulders, and she will find some pressure in her stomach and that it's a little bit hard to breathe. Okay? All right, here. 3, 2, 1. A little bit harder to breathe there, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what we're trying to do to your opponent there. We want to make them feel that pressure and make it feel like it's difficult to breathe as we do it. So,
Makes sense.
questions?
Yep. Okay.
Answers?
No.
Any last words?
No.
No? Okay, so let's, if you guys have any questions, pop them into the chat right now. And then what we're going to do is Mira's going to pass my guard, and I'm going to offer just a little bit of resistance for it, okay? And she'll start in this over-under pass, the one that we just taught. And I'm not going to offer a whole lot of resistance, But the main thing is, if she doesn't flatten me, I'm not going to let her pass my guard. I'm going to really make her work on trying to flatten my hips down to the mat. And then once she did that, then she'll be able to get the guard pass. Okay, so let me trade. I'll go on my back right here. Okay, so we'll start kind of basically in the over-under pass already. So her leg's on the other side. She has my legs scooped up. Okay, so put your leg all the way on the other side there. No, the other way. We'll practice today. There. Yep, like that. Okay, and so remember, she doesn't want me to get this arm, so she's got to protect that. And whenever you're ready, Mira, go ahead. See how I'm turning on my side? It makes it hard for her. And she doesn't want her shoulder to go past my stomach. Yeah, right there. That's a good spot. Now if she tries to escape her leg, she might be able to. Good. Okay, let's look at one more time. A little bit harder with me squirming down here. Okay. So again, she doesn't want her shoulder to go past my stomach because then she won't have any weight on me. She wants to keep her shoulder right in the middle and sort of lock everything in so nothing's going to slip. And then she tries to rotate me flat onto my back. Okay, so let's go again. So I've got your leg hooked. You have my leg hooked with your arm. Yep, just like that. All right, ready, set, go. Yeah, this is better. Yes, yeah, that's a good one. There you go. Very good. 3 points for Mira for the guard pass. So, all right, guys. Looks like there's no questions in the chat. If you have any later on, just let us know, and we'll try to get those answered in a future class for you. And no questions for you? What changed when we just did it with a little resistance?
A lot harder to get around.
Got harder to get it. It is harder when they fight back a little bit.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because you weren't cooperating.
Yeah, I was less cooperative. Not the first time Mira said that about me. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. We will see you next time. Class Saturday at 2:00. We'll see you then. Thank you.